compressed air in it again, and then I'll pour some more in there. And then I'll retract the blade out, and I'll wipe everything dry, and I'll set it upside down overnight, and all the residual will run out of it onto the, whatever you put it on. This on this cheapo table that I have. I put a table on my master bedroom a while back, and I actually love it because I tinker a lot in my room. When I need some peace and quiet and the kids are in bed, I'll just come back here and my wife will read a book and I'll tinker with my guns and knives and stuff. So there's everything pretty much clean. Clean off these little hooks that hook onto that cam. Just wipe off the grit. Like I said, this isn't very dirty, but that alcohol will dry on its own. So what I like to do, like I said, if I disassemble, is I like to saturate with my preferred lubricant, a small cloth, and just run it through everything. You don't want a ton of excess, you just want a light coating. Aluminum won't rust, but as you can see, well, you might not be able to see, I have a lot of rust on the choil, or the fuller, on this Microtech Ultratech. There's a lot of rust in there. So if you don't properly coat the blade, it will rust. I'll make sure you do that before you finish doing this. And like I said, I just do a quick wipe down of it with this titanium or Teflon ingrained lubricant. Just make sure you get everything real oiled up really good. Okay. Get my paper towel out, wipe my fingers off. So the blade only goes back in one way, and that's facing down from the button. And before you set it in there, facing up or to the left, you want to put your pin back in. And this pin, it has to stick up a little bit before you slide it on there. Once it's in there, there you have it. It's back in. Once it's in there, it's locked in there. It can't come back out. You can't pull it back out while it's in the knife. It won't come back out. So what I like to do is just size everything back up. Double check the function of everything. And then I'll get my like I said, I'll get my spring back on and I'll set it in place. Sometimes you gotta, what I like to do is I'll get it in the middle of engaged and disengaged. Just like that, so it's operating smoothly. And that's what it's like when it's off its track. So before I put this spring and the actual switch back in, I'll wipe those down one more time if I haven't already. Like I said, I'm not very good at tutorials, but I hope this helps somebody. I had a lot of questions. What did I do? There it is. So you want to make sure that you're ready to put your other scale back on before you set this in place, because you'll have to compress it. And then the spring just compresses as it fits onto the switch. So it compresses as it fits over the switch. And then you set your other scale on. Just check to make sure it's moving. I even do a test run just to make sure it's gonna operate. And then I derail it. Make sure you hold on to it. So once that's in place, as long as you don't bump it or anything, it'll stay there on its own. And then you can start putting your screws back on. Like I said, I coat these with a very moderate amount of blue Loctite, a very, very moderate amount. You don't want to go nuts with this. And you'll just coat each and every single one of them and set them back on there. And I like to, just like putting the lug nuts back on a truck, I like to do a cross pattern. And in my opinion, that keeps everything from getting tightened down evenly and proportionately. This might be just excessiveness, but it's a sure way to guarantee that you don't put the knife back on crooked and get anything stripped out or twisted. And I leave all that oil on there until I'm finished because it keeps like Loctite and anything else from like adhering to it, because I'm very messy with my Loctite. If you look at a lot of my knives, like my paramilitary 2 and a couple other knives, you'll notice that they have Loctite caked on them in some places. And a lot of people say that, you know, Ultratechs are just toys. They really are, but I actually use mine for work. I will actually work with mine. I'll, you know, cut packages, I'll cut straps on lumber, stuff like that. Like I said, just do like a crosshatch kind of deal. And you don't want to snug these down very tight. If you have the proprietary tool, you can, you know, throw it in your go pack or whatever, and it'll come in handy whenever the knife scale starts to loosen up on, or the screws start to loosen up on you. Don't lose these. Make sure you do Loctite them every time, because if you lose them, good luck getting extras. Well, you can from Switchblade kits, but you're not going to get them from the manufacturer. You're going to have to pay for them, and I think they're like $5 a piece on Switchblade kits. Don't quote me on that, but I think they are. And like I said, I just do a very light coat, and I cinch them down just ever so slightly. I don't go crazy. I think the last time I took this apart and put it back together, I don't even think I put Loctite. So go through, snug everything back down. Oop. Okay, I guess I'm done. I just shot my bit across the room. And then what I do is I like to check it. Go ahead and wipe everything down. Your rag or your piece, you know, paper towel or whatever you got. This will be a 2-part video. I already know. It's already run over a little bit. I don't like to put a lot of lubricant down in here. Like I said, wiping everything down with that PTFE. And see, you already notice there's already some gunk buildup right here. Because you're not going to be able to get in every single crevice of this thing. It's just not going to happen. And there you go. That's how you disassemble an Ultratech. And don't do that either. That's bad for the knife. These springs fail when you open and close, open and close, open and close. So don't do that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Y'all have any questions, just leave them in the description box. I've probably rambled a lot during this video. Turn the volume off if you don't want to hear me talk and you just want to watch me do it. So, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe and leave comments as to what kind of content you'd like to see. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.